Hey there, and welcome. We're living in a world that's just completely saturated with information, right? And because of that, brands are in this constant, never ending battle for our attention. So today, we're going to dive into how they're getting more creative and sometimes way more extreme than ever before, all just to get us to look.
So let me ask you something right off the bat. Seriously, think about it for a second. When was the last time an ad actually got you to pause? With literally thousands of messages flying at you every single day, which ones actually managed to cut through all that noise? Was it something hilarious or maybe totally surprising? Or was it just, really, really clever? Just keep that in the back of your mind as we go through this.
Okay, so at the heart of everything we're talking about is this one core idea: promotions. Now, that sounds a little corporate, but it's really just a catch all term for any activity a company does to get on your radar, whether it's to get you to buy something right now or just to make you aware their brand even exists in the first place.
To really get where we are now, we have to start by looking back at the classic tools of the trade. Think of this as the original playbook, the foundational stuff that marketers have been using for decades. And that playbook is built around what's called the promotional mix. It's not just one single strategy. Nope. It's a blend, a cocktail of different tools that companies mix and match to try and reach their audience. Let's quickly break down the main ingredients. First up, you've got the most obvious one, right? Advertising. Pretty simple. If a company pays money to place a message somewhere, whether it's a commercial on TV, an ad in a magazine, or a banner online, yep, that's advertising.
Next in the mix, things get a little more personal with direct marketing. This is all about reaching out to you, well, directly. Think about an email in your inbox, a flyer in your actual mailbox, or even a text message. The whole goal is to create a one-on-one connection. Then you have publicity, or what's usually called public relations, PR. Now, this isn't a direct sales pitch at all. This is about managing a company's image, about shaping what people think of them. The goal here is to get people talking about your brand, hopefully in a good way, through things like news stories or big events. And finally, we've got sales promotions. These are the little hooks designed to make you buy something right now. Think coupons, 24-hour flash sales, or those enter-to-win contests. It's all about creating that feeling of urgency that you need to act fast. So there you have it. That's the classic marketer's toolkit. But here's the thing. There's a huge problem. In our modern world, those tools just started getting less and less effective. And why? Well, because we all walked straight into the age of ad clutter. And this visual just says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you see an ad from 1966. It's simple. It's one of just a few messages you might see that day. On the right, that's today. Our phones are constant fire hose of notifications, posts, and ads. The entire landscape has completely, fundamentally changed. And because of that massive shift, advertising isn't just on our TVs or in magazines anymore. It's everywhere. It's become totally inescapable. We see ads before movies, we see them while we're shopping at the supermarket, at sporting events, they're even in schools and, yeah, public restrooms. There's really no escaping it. So, here's the absolute crucial point. All of this constant exposure has created a phenomenon we call advertising clutter. I mean, just think about it. When a teenager can be exposed to thousands of ad messages in a single day, how can any one of them possibly stand out? Our brains, just as a defense mechanism, start to tune almost all of it out. This huge challenge, this clutter, has forced marketers to completely change their game. They can't just shout louder anymore. That doesn't work. They have to get smarter, way more creative, and sometimes, yeah, a little bit radical. And check this out. This is a simple but absolutely brilliant solution. Instead of just slapping a picture on a billboard, Bic made the billboard a part of the landscape. It's a giant razor that looks like it's shaving the grass. You can't help but notice it because it totally breaks your expectation of what a billboard is supposed to be. This whole strategy actually has a name. It's called ambient advertising, and it's all about putting ads in totally unexpected places, making them blend into the environment itself. By turning a normal crosswalk into a giant box of McDonald's fries, the ad becomes part of your actual journey. It's using public space to get in front of a captive audience. Genius, right? But for some brands, even cleverly using our own planet isn't enough. To really break through the clutter and get literally everyone talking, they've started looking up to the final frontier, space. And no, this is not science fiction. This is real. Pizza Hut actually paid to have its logo put on a rocket that was launching into space. And then, not to be outdone, KFC built a massive portrait of Colonel Sanders in the Nevada desert that was so big you could see it from orbit. I mean, these aren't just ads anymore. They're gigantic publicity stunts designed to create buzz on a global scale. So yeah, going to space is one way to get noticed, but there's another strategy that's maybe even more powerful and a lot more subtle. Instead of trying to shout over all the clutter, some brands are learning how to hide inside the content we already love to watch. We're talking about product placement. You've seen it a million times. What used to be a kind of funny novelty is now just everywhere in movies and TV shows. The characters aren't just drinking some soda, they're drinking a Coke. They're not just driving a car, they're escaping in an Audi. The brand becomes a seamless part of the story's world.
And it's not just in stuff you watch anymore. Product placement is now a huge part of video games. A character in a game might be driving a real-world car, like this Mercedes in Mario Kart. On one hand, it adds this layer of realism for the player. On the other, it's a super powerful, immersive ad that you're actively engaging with.
So, where is all of this headed? Well, the next big step looks like it's going to be fully interactive entertainment. Imagine this. You're watching a show, you love the jacket a character is wearing, and you can just pause, click on it, and buy it right then and there from your TV. The line between the story and the store is about to get very, very blurry. Which brings us to our final thought. From giant razors shaving the grass to logos visible from space, marketers are always pushing the boundaries. And it leaves us with this really critical question for the future. In this relentless war for our focus, are there any lines left that just shouldn't be crossed? And maybe more importantly, who gets to decide where those lines are?